Let's start this rant by making some distinctions. Jews are different from Israel in much the same way as Americans are different from America. Now, I'm Jewish, and I in no way support the atrocious actions of Israel at this time. And in fact, I in no way support the atrocious actions of America right now. The leaders of each of these countries are adjudicated criminals, and they would be in jail for their crimes if it were not for them standing behind the presidential podium. It is a sad and terrible fact that we are led by men of such horrible character, swamped by a corruption so deep that it seems inextricable from leadership itself. It is our stories that have created these monsters. It doesn't have to be this way. And this is where I want to talk about the first universal law of creativity, belief. We do not as a culture yet fully realize the power of belief to create or corrupt our reality and the role that story plays in that. We are in a chemically induced coma, seduced by those who would wield manipulative stories to slice and dice society to their whim. We are told to fear in order to catalyze outrage that leads to bad decisions. Anger is no place to make choices from. But we are never invited by these stories to go further, to examine our fulminating sorrow at the loss of what could have been but will never be. We just launch into chaos and anger, and we continue the cycle of hurt people hurting people. We must slow down this cycle and find the better stories, the harder stories. First, the stories that offer us some space to temper our righteousness, to know that we don't know everything, and that our certainty in the face of an unknowably vast universe hinders us from having an experience of awe, an exclusively human experience that would actually connect us more deeply to each other. And in that space, maybe help us solve the intractable problems we seem to be in right now. And second, to truly deeply feel into the story of our grief, but not for the temporary false satisfaction of revenge, but to understand what we truly desire to create for our lives. These harder stories will bring us greater gifts than anger or vengeance ever could. Could we let these stories unfold until we find that small spark of what is actually lasting? And in that story, realize that we humans are privileged to exist in this fleeting moment, in this terrifying universe, right here, right now. That we have each other and that we are more interconnected than not. That we are, like it or not, telling this human story together. And it is false that history is written by the victors. We know that now. Our story is written by all of us, with the lives that we live and the choices we make. We have to stop adding hate to our choices. We know that that does not work. We know it does not serve humans. We know that whenever we make choices from hate, we break things. We have to make better choices for our humanity and for the world. What if this went well? And if we could just get over our small-minded fear of the one thing that truly terrifies us, our fear of the most powerful force that humans possess, that immeasurable force that remains when all is seemingly lost, the one thing that blesses all life, that ember that can return light to the world. We would overcome this one fear and add it back to everything. We would add love and see where that takes us.